Hello VC, long time no see. We have been moving, me and my fiance, and yeah, we sort of just landed in the new place, There's been a lot of things to do. My last setup was in a small room, dedicated music room. But now I have the setup here in the living room instead, which I prefer. I don't like to hide away in a room just to listen to records, I can listen to records more casually here in the living room, so I'm probably gonna listen more often now. I have 3 records I'm gonna show that's been the most played the last 2 months. So yeah, let's get into it. The first record I'm gonna show is a compilation, Relics, a bizarre collection of antiques and curious, by Pink Floyd. It's on the Starline label. It's like a small label connected through EMI, I think. And this is the first UK press with the textured sleeve. Pretty cool. And it's in pretty good shape. Maybe VG Plus or VG maybe. Good enough for me at least. So yeah, you all know Pink Floyd, little prog maybe, and psychedelic. It's a compilation of songs from their first 3 albums, I think, and maybe at least one song, maybe more, that wasn't released before that album. My favorite just because it's so weird. Careful with that axe, Eugene. Really fun song. A fan favorite I've heard from the live performances, and the one song I know about that wasn't released before this was Biding My Time. Also pretty good song. It was like a, what do you call, cash grab maybe from EMI. It was released between albums because they were afraid of losing the momentum, of Pink Floyd. Yeah, cool release to have, I picked this up at my local record store, or more like a retro store. They sell kind of everything, old video games and game consoles and books and movies, and yeah. And they have this small table of records. Sometimes you find some fun stuff. So yeah, let's get into the second album, I guess. And this is my second pick, or what we've been listening to. This is probably one of my favorite bands. My fiance really likes this band also, so that's really fun. Yeah, Sleep Token, Take Me Back to Eden. This was released in 2023. So this is the first UK press on the Spine Farm label. I ordered this new when it dropped, and I actually ordered the black version, but when it came, it was this pink version, which is pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, it will do for me. This is their third album, which pretty much exploded their career. They went viral, I guess, when it dropped. I really fell in love with it the first time I heard it, and it actually means a lot to me personally also. Our son was born 1 month after this album released, and yeah, so it's also some of the first music that he heard after he was born, which is pretty fun because it's pretty heavy music. So for you that don't know, it's a very mixed album of genres, kind of proggy, metal, funky R&B moments, and short moments of rapping. Sounds really weird maybe, but it works really good in my opinion. Just like their first 2 albums, also in the same kind of vibe. My top picks of tracks from this album is the track Rain, The Summoning, and the title track Take Me Back to Eden. The track Rain starts off kind of neutral, you know, and with a bit of piano, and it later turns kind of heavy, but really nice. And my second pick, The Summoning, is one of their heavier songs, I guess. A lot of, you know, stank face moments. You're like, yeah, it's just the right stuff, you know. And yeah, my third pick from the album, the title track Take Me Back to Eden, it's just a really good mix of all the genres they squeeze in, you know. Yeah. And as some of you know who watched my latest video, this third pick is from my favorite band, Smashing Pumpkins, the album Agori Mori May. I think it's pronounced, I'm not really sure, but that's how I'm gonna pronounce it. And this is the limited special edition, which dropped through the what's it called, Madame Susu's tea shop that Billy Corgan and his wife owns, I think. And yeah, it comes with a booklet with lyrics, and on this orange kind of marble vinyl, if you can see that. Yeah, pretty cool. As I said, they're my favorite band for now at least, and has been for a couple of years. So I'm kind of a sucker for them and want to have as cool versions as I can of their records. It also comes with, where is it, this 7-inch with 2 songs that isn't on the album, on the A side. Formosa, and the B-side Our Lady of Sorrows. Yeah, kind of cool songs, and I really like the album because it takes them back to more of the more of the nostalgic pumpkin feeling, you know. As some of you know, the Pumpkins mix up their genres for every album, kind of, and it's been splitting the fan base a lot, I think. Most of the fans just want the original Pumpkin sound from the beginning, and this album takes it back to that vibe, you know, really guitar driven, fuzzy music. Not my favorite album, but it's a cool album. And yeah, they dropped this last year, so they are gonna tour on it also. And they are finally coming to Sweden again, which I'm pretty hyped about. I already bought tickets for the show here, and it's gonna be a fun time, I hope. I think I've heard that when they were in Sweden the last time, a couple of years ago, it was a terrible experience because the crowd just didn't get into it, you know, and Billy said that it was a very boring experience for them. But yeah, maybe it's just a Sweden thing, you know. Swedish people is very reserved and quiet and awkward maybe, but yeah, I hope it's gonna be a good time. I think so. And yeah, my favorite track on this album is called Pentagrams, and it's a very fuzzy song, you know, fuzzy guitars. Takes me back to the nostalgic era of the Pumpkins, but I still like most of their albums anyways. So yeah, that's the records that we've been listening to the most. And as I said before, my fiance despises the Smashing Pumpkins, so I listen to them mostly when I'm home alone. But she really likes Sleep Token as well, and Pink Floyd is kind of okay, I guess, in her opinion. It's been mostly really casual listening while we are doing yeah, more stuff in the house, you know, and with a soon-to-be 2-year-old, it's pretty hard to get the time, you know, in all this chaos. So yeah, I'm gonna grab some new warm coffee, and I have to thank you guys that commented on my last video with some good feedback. It was fun to read and very fun that I could show some unknown music for some of you, which I didn't expect really. I don't have a lot of obscure or rare records, so it's fun to recommend some new stuff anyways to people. So yeah, let's spin some good records and have a good time, everyone. Bye.